Welcome everyone to AWVR Pennsylvania Railroad, a remix of this conversational for many of these cells for big loading freights without passengers. Because as you can see here on the border, rails of the Carolinas Conversation Center, AWWR, PNW, SM Railroad, and Amtrak Modeling Train Show is already a grand opening for about these games. So this is perhaps you can sprint around with anything that we're going. So we're starting around in the station yard around of this a large show with currently AWWR cars, but they definitely look like the cars and probably the locomotives as too. Many of these cells, and probably we're starting around of the station yard because since then we're gonna be using one locomotive at a time, and especially we're gonna be trying to making things as well. So we're gonna be making a mix of the locomotives as well. So we're gonna be headed to choose one, but we're just gonna be making onto this thing on wheels. So we cannot able to just regain it about there. So if I just try to regain, there will be a lot. And if I regain this locomotive back that where we came from, this isn't just like it's going to be for real things as well. But most of all, we just currently coupling a lot of these. Probably one thing, freight trains, I guess. So I'll be spawning a lot more. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and I'm probably very sure we spawn many locomotives as possible. And just like despite this, we just spawn a lot of more like these trains while I'm controlling. So the first reference that I just completely move for one time, it looks like I just completely choose a one big freight locomotive as well. So this is the passenger locomotive with the railroad safety camp again. So I'll be choosing the train number 2002. So which is I absolutely making towards like things further we do. So all because of this one stuff. So looks like this is the passenger car. 1, 2, and 3 passenger cars. So looks like we absolutely make things very possible as the commuter locomotive. I think we'll be coming straight things out. But I also you leave a like and subscribe and click the bell if you enjoyed this game, or probably we turn on any headlights and the bells. It's probably working for old trains and train horns as well. So I'm probably very sure that the train is going to be started to be on our way. And there is the curves of the AWWR. By the way, the train slightly moves into one thing overall. Looks like this is where it all begins of the scene. And I have slightly gonna be making towards like moving things of all. So we try to make things a little bit moving as possible. So I definitely the train is started to fall out and blast away for some nuclear ballistic weapons as well. So we're pretty sure that we're gonna be moving towards like this thing, and especially for the AWWR. So there must be another station over here with fully mixed of freight trains as well. So looks like everything is probably a mixing of these freight cars, and it was expected that that was a lot of them. Let's see, we're gonna be passing the train all towards like this thing somewhere. So looks like the train is going to be faster at 50 miles per hour, 50% per throttle, which is we're gonna be doing to save all the way. I think the train is going to be making our way out of here. So especially it's going to be moving so perfectly. And this is the Milesburg Yard. Now all the way is absolutely that we're just gonna be escaping the Milesburg Yard. So everything is absolutely working in progress. But all of these big locomotive, this is the Jane Yard. But this is where some sort of the locomotives are just gonna be started to run away. So this is where it all begins by a inhabitable person as well. So probably that accidentally rolling off the train away. So we have 3 cameras available. And it's absolutely gonna be trying to do this, but especially this is where, because of its first of its kind, where's the train number 777, which is not able to get here, and especially it was here. Brunswick Yard is absolutely gonna be only one thing that should not able to be passing around of this thing. And especially the passenger train is going to be moving really fast, but eventually the train has eventually moved all the way towards to the Fuller Yard. And this is where that we just first seen around for just yet. And I can see the AWVR 701. Wait, where's the 777, the actual train? But better yet, that gotta be pretty exist as well. So even the trains though won't be able to start to roll out as well. So we definitely having find a little bit as well. So we just eventually fall down as well, and which is another kind of the passenger locomotive spawn. The Vaporwave Union Station. The Vaporwave Union Station it is. The Ultra Tracks and the EMD F7, which is unmuddled as well. So the old-fashioned F7 look probably this. And I just literally expect we got ourselves for this old-fashioned locomotives as well. Wait a second. Do you remember some sort of the old-fashioned, probably like these things, unrevamped locomotives such as Amtrak trains? We probably seen this for the first time, or something like these trains are a little bit loud. We won't able to think as the train has just completely moved one thing, and always that doesn't gonna be even matters to move all the way one thing. It was a big turnaround loop as well. We're going to be and try to make ourselves do this, but before we're making ourselves to a complete lag, I won't able to leave the game. I guess I won't able to get a cause of a massive lag with moving trains everywhere on right anything is gonna be going on. So looks like even for the Union Station is probably the largest thing that we ever saw about this. And then we arrive at the Brunswick Yard, and it's pretty massive as well, that we just eventually fall down, and a couple of a bunch of locomotives as we got here. Finally we got absolutely over another one as well, so it's not gonna be been here for us anyways. And why are these pictures look like this? I'm not sure. That was gonna be pretty harassing for some sort of like this thing. So the station yard is gonna be all over this thing as well. In the long terms, Keating Summit as well. That must be the Keating Subnet as well. Submit as well. I'm not sure this isn't going to be to start off the station yard. So this is the rails of the Carolina store. It's pretty close or something. So not probably over here. Wait, there must be a locomotive is going to be coming straight ahead. I'm not sure that the locomotive is going to be coming really fast. I'll be making sure that the locomotive is going to be too fast or something. And I'm not going to be causing an accident of this train. Because especially this isn't going to be look like or something. The train will be slowing down as well. In ahead of this one. Or probably this is not the only one thing as well. We're gonna be putting in the locomotive right over here, but unfortunately the train is too long. It's not gonna make it. And then it will be an accident very far. So, but as you can see, the train has been completely derailed. So, not of course, this train will be coming around here fast. I'm almost started to get a little bit frozen over here. So it looks like I'm gonna be rescuing the trains as literally as fast. If the train hits the boxcars, that I just made this train too long for something we just eventually did. So I'm going to be finding out. So, but our last thing we need to do is the train is going to be moving all the way fast. And let's just completely deleting all the trains as well. So we're very not sure that we're going to be accessing to the DCC controller anymore before you're going to be leaving the game as very much as possible. So down to 50% at throttle. So I'll be making on time. You can see the blue buttons called the delete buttons as well. As you may not think, I have currently blocked everything as well. So looks like we're going to be make ourselves a pass through when this big locomotive is going to come through around of this thing. I should be able to clear this track away. So it looks like we're always clear to go for its full tour inside of a massive warehouse full of green stuff over here, and it's various like these things a lot. And around here, and the next thing is AWVR, which is, I'm pretty sure that this locomotive is going to be departing of this one moment. So train number 3502 will be going to be making itself for us one. And then there must be the Arklow. The Arklow yard is absolutely right over here. And zooming all the way to the end is not going to be meant like we said already about. So this is not the biggest thing as well, or some sort of the biggest like these things as coming from the trains as well. So looks like before we're gonna be headed all the way towards to the turn of this some sort of round, the zinc plant. This is where we find it all the way for just one thing, I guess, and that is all the way around of this big things of locomotives. This is where the Unstoppable 2011 we just found around for this, the Stanton curve. The Stanton yard is absolutely going to be all the way around here, and that's a station as well. And that is where we're ended up of this video as anyways. That wasn't going to be making towards like this thing. This is the Stanton yard, and we didn't remember at always. So we're completely respawn everything that we just know it. So this is where we're gonna be end of this video around for the full tour of AWVR Pennsylvania main line. So probably in those railroads around here. So make sure you give us a like and subscribe and click the bell. And the game link is linked in the description down below. And probably even for my previous video in Roseville, Northern California. Thanks for watching and for all your support, and this is Turbo Concept is signing off, and it has been over 15 minutes of this video either.